Also wir sind hier gerade oben, ich bin hier gerade oben. Und da siehst du den Eingang.
Mhm.
Und hier ist dann die erste Trainingsfläche.
Sehr geil.
Da stehen normalerweise die
Gut,
ganzen
da steht dein-
Ausdauergeräte.
Zeig ruhig deinen Namen hier. CrossFit Game. Lisa, da ist sie.
Das sind normal die ganzen Ausdauergeräte. Die haben wir jetzt halt an unsere Members verliehen.
Okay.
Da ist gerade noch Kevin am Online-Klasse geben.
Hi Kevin.
Hier haben wir jetzt einen Bereich für meistens so Open Gym.
Mhm.
Und dann hinten eben nochmal eine Trainingsfläche, wo wir entweder hinten eine Klasse machen oder hier eine Klasse. Und alles andere ist dann immer für Open Gym auch zur Verfügung gestellt. Wir machen sehr selten Doppelbelegung. Also das heißt, Open Gym hat immer eigentlich genügend Platz zum dann noch trainieren.
Okay. Okay.
Ja,
Wie
so
lange
sieht es bei uns aus.
gibt es die Box schon? Das ist eine schöne Box.
Oh, ich glaube schon, also schon länger als ich CrossFit mache. Ich mache jetzt 6 Jahre CrossFit, also schon 7, 8 Jahre, denke ich.
Okay.
Ich weiß es gar nicht so genau.
Okay. Gut.
Mhm.
Wie oft trainierst du im Moment?
Meistens nur 2-mal am Tag. Also wir haben Stunden oder Klassen Outdoor halt und online jetzt eben. Und dann arbeite ich meistens von 11:30 Uhr und trainiere dann schon die erste Einheit davor. Dann coache ich eben und danach gehe ich kurz heim oder wir arbeiten nochmal irgendwas und mache dann meine zweite Einheit so von 4. Und ja, danach geht es dann wieder ins Coaching, eben wieder Outdoor, so wie man es halt momentan nur darf.
Okay. Wie reagieren eure Members auf Outdoor-Training?
Eigentlich sehr, sehr cool. Wir haben das im ersten Lockdown gar nicht gemacht. Also wir haben einen kompletten Abo-Stopp gemacht und haben dann die Zeit, wo wir zu hatten, einfach das Geld zurückbezahlt. Also und jetzt im zweiten Lockdown merkt man halt schon, dass es so ein bisschen alle sind heiß, wieder was zu machen und wollen eher sich auch bewegen, weil es ist ja halt wirklich eine lange Zeit. Und wir empfinden es eigentlich so, dass es, ich meine, jetzt stürmt es gerade draußen, aber die Leute haben trotzdem extrem Freude und kommen trotzdem bei Schnee, bei Regen. Und ja, wir empfinden es als sehr, sehr gut.
Okay. Sehr geil. Machen die Zoom-Klassen auch mit oder eher noch verhalten bei euch?
Eher verhalten. Aber es gibt halt ein paar Leute, die können nur online.
Mhm.
Für die ist es halt auch ein tolles Angebot, aber ist schon beliebter Outdoor. Deshalb haben wir jetzt auch viel mehr Outdoor-Klassen als quasi Zoom-Classes.
Wie viele Personen dürfen bei jeder Klasse mitmachen?
Outdoor?
Ja?
Halt nur 4 Personen leider. Also wir sind dann, man darf nur zu 5 plus Coach ist dann halt 4 Personen.
Nur, sagst du? Wir würden uns die Finger lecken, wenn wir 4 Leute draußen trainieren
Gibt ihr gar
dürfen.
nicht?
Nein. Das dürfen
Oh,
maximal, weil es dann bei einigen ist es ein Owner, also ein Coach und ein Member.
okay.
Das ist halt,
Okay.
das ist dann schon Luxus, weißt du, weil sonst dürfen halt wirklich nur
In
Zoom-Klassen.
Hamburg darfst du ja,
Entschuldige?
in Hamburg kannst du alles unter freiem Himmel, also du darfst keine Kurse geben, aber du darfst halt Leute unter freiem Himmel Equipment zur Verfügung stellen und die dürfen dann was machen.
Ah, das ist aber cool.
Hier sogar zum Beispiel ein Fitnessstudio in der Hafen City, die haben, keine Ahnung, 6 Pavillons aufgebaut und lassen die Leute da in riesen Abständen voneinander trainieren.
Ah, das ist aber sinnvoll, sowas.
Ja. Nein, das geht. Wir haben bei uns im Gymgarten 2 Pavillons aufgestellt und haben noch so eine kleine Terrasse gebaut. Und da können die dann immer zu zweit maximal für 75 Minuten trainieren.
Ja, finde ich mega cool, weil eben es ist ja keinem geholfen, wenn die Leute nicht mehr trainieren, sich nicht mehr bewegen und einfach nur noch zu Hause am Computer hocken und ja, es ist ärgerlich. Die
Bewegung bringen wir
Situation.
sie ja tatsächlich, wir bringen sie schon sehr stark zur Bewegung, muss ich sagen. Es
Ja.
sind immer mehr Leute und das ist schon eine tolle Möglichkeit und viele nutzen es jetzt inzwischen auch.
Cool, ja.
Genau, jetzt haben wir auch noch eine zusätzliche Sache. Ab nächster Woche startet bei uns Kinderbetreuung.
Ah, mega cool.
Genau, wir machen wir sind schon fast dabei, dass wir die ganze Woche anbieten, aber die Kernzeit soll Montag bis Freitag sein und wir werden da alles anbieten.
Sehr
Capoeira,
cool.
wie heißt es, Krav Maga, also alle möglichen Sportarten für die Kinder, zum Teil auch Spielen, alles was geht. Und
Cool.
dass wirklich die Eltern die Kinder abgeben können. Für 2 Stunden werden die von uns bespaßt, je nachdem, wie lange sie halt wollen. Sowas in der Richtung sind wir gerade dabei im Aufbauen. Genau, da kümmert sich Torben auch vorwiegend drum, dass wir das zum Laufen bekommen.
Das ist
Ja,
cool für die Eltern und für die Kinder.
ja, absolut. Haben wir uns auch überlegt gehabt, dass es eine gescheite Sache ist. Genau.
Ja.
Kennst du den Adler?
Was?
Kennst du unseren Gast von heute? Hast du ihn schon kennengelernt bei den Games?
Nein.
Okay. Weil sonst hätte ich gesagt, wäre das halt nett gewesen, wenn du den so anmoderiert hättest. Ich weiß nicht, ob Tino damit einverstanden wäre, aber das wäre.
Das darf gerne jemand anders machen.
Okay. Okay. Ja.
Nee.
Nee. Ja, das ist doch eine lockere Geschichte hier. Also, es sind nur nette Leute da und von so her ist es doch super.
Ja, das denke ich auch.
Genau. Oder Tino, was meinst du?
Ja.
Tino sagt auch ja.
Ich habe ja schon meine Notizen alles liegen. Also ich bin fully prepared und highly equipped.
Highly Equipment, genau. Ja. Genau. Also ich übergebe das Wort und du machst dann alles, Tino. Ist das richtig?
Genau, so war der Plan.
So machen wir das auch. Sehr, sehr gerne.
Ich war jetzt noch drauf, dass Jeff und Caroline sich irgendwann einwählen.
Okay, sehr nice.
Das haben wir schon seit heute Mittag oder heute Nachmittag. Von daher mal gucken, wann ihr ein.
Gut. Sehr geil. Ja. Schauen wir mal. Cool. Für die Völkerverständigung war es natürlich genial, was jetzt hier passiert. Schweizer, Österreicher, Deutsche, Niederländer, alle stehen gemeinsam und kämpfen gemeinsam an der Front, kann man schon fast sagen, gegen diesen blöden Virus. Und auch hier in der Gruppe ist genial. Wir sind über 100 Boxen inzwischen.
Mega cool.
Ja, finde ich auch. Und das ist ganz was Tolles entstanden daraus, muss man sagen. Und da auch nochmal Dankeschön an dich, weil du warst ja mit einer unserer Ersten, die gesagt hat, ja, ich bin dabei, ich mache mit. Und,
Ja, du hattest die Idee dazu, dass es eben, man muss erstmal quasi über seine Box hinausschauen. Das finde ich auch immer mega wichtig, dass man nicht nur an sich denkt, sondern an alle anderen. Und
ja, aber
ich glaube eben, wenn man zusammenhält und zusammenarbeitet, kommt man einfach so viel weiter.
Genau.
Und
das Kompliment kann ich an die ganzen Boxen auch weitergeben. Weißt du, wenn die nicht das auch verstanden hätten, hätte eine Idee, die Initialzündung hätte ja nicht viel gebracht. Wenn jeder nur an sich gedacht hätte und dann in seiner Box geblieben wäre und gesagt hätte, nee, ich muss mich nur um meine Members alleine kümmern, sondern es ging auch darum, dass sie verstehen, dadurch, dass wir das zusammen machen, hat jeder ein bisschen weniger Arbeit und
voll cool.
Ja, finde ich auch. Also wir haben im Moment ich spreche mit zwischen 3 und 5 neuen Ownern, die eben mit dazukommen möchten, im Moment täglich und bespreche halt auch so ein bisschen, auch herauszubekommen, weißt du, ob sie dazu passen. Und genau, wir wollen ja schauen, dass es ist schon ein sehr fragiles Gebilde ab und zu mal. Wir müssen schauen, dass wir auch wir haben einen sehr positiven Grundton hier und den wollen wir halt auch beibehalten. Wir wollen schauen, wenn ein Problem mit irgendwas auftaucht, mit irgendjemandem auftaucht, das ist extrem wichtig, dass man das eben auch an diese Person adressiert und nicht 10 andere dann wild macht und mit seinen Verschwörungstheorien unterwegs ist. Und das kann halt auch schnell passieren, sondern dass man wirklich dann das gemeinsame Gespräch sucht und das Ganze auch gemeinsam da löst. Das ist das Einzige, wie es auch funktionieren kann. Gerade in so einer Gruppe mit lauter sehr eigensinnigen CrossFit-Ownern. Das habe ich jetzt nicht gesagt und die CrossFit-Owner haben es auch nicht gehört, aber es ist manchmal schon ein ganz schöner Kampf, da Ruhe drin zu behalten und
Was?
jedem seine Bühne zu geben und genau, der Richtige hat schon gleich reagiert. Aber jedem seine Bühne zu geben, das ist schon wichtig. Und manchmal ist es auch, man muss ein bisschen bremsen, weil es muss alles zusammenpassen und man muss zum Teil auch im Hintergrund dann organisieren, dass man die Last auch abgewickelt bekommt. Das gehört auch so ein bisschen mit dazu. Und Dann hört man den Bremser, man muss halt organisieren. Genau. Oh, jetzt höre ich mich doppelt. Hast du was verändert? Ist es bei allen so, dass Nein, okay.
Das kann ich mir ja.
Tino!
Sind die
10 Minuten noch.
Ja. Irgendeiner hat Lautsprecher im Mikro an und ist nicht entkoppelt.
Warte mal, dann schaue ich mal schnell durch, wer hier nochmal. Ah, da ist noch einer. Ich glaube, ich habe ihn schon. Stumm schalten. Danny, it's you. It's your fault.
Hi, Ro.
Hi, Danny. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you guys?
Oh, not so bad, thank you. Not so bad.
Is this the right channel?
It is.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Hey guys.
Hey.
thank you. We're looking forward to it, and we hope that we can also offer some classes as from next week for you guys.
Cool that you're here. So let's see. Now, so far. Slowly the number is increasing. Tino, du hältst den Blick drauf.
Welche wir bereits bei den positiven Punkten angeschaut haben. So hat es eben auch negative Auswirkungen. Und zwar im Zusammenhang eben mit dem Muskelaufbau. Was jetzt im Kraftsport natürlich ein extrem spannendes Thema sein kann. Das heißt, im Kraftsport möchte man mittels diesen intensiven Trainingseinheiten eben auch wirklich.
Woohoo! Here he is. There he is. Hi, Jeff.
Hear us.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
I guess not so bad. Not so bad.
Nice.
Cool that you're here. Wonderful. I guess. What time is it in Canada? You're in Canada, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Montreal. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now.
Okay. For us, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. So
Yeah.
perfect time.
You guys just finished a workout?
Some of us, yes, because we are at the moment the big box, so we have lots of classes running at the moment, and yeah.
Cool.
And the special today is up here in the meeting room. Awesome that you said yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, let's wait for 4 more minutes, and then let's start. You know Lisa Eble?
No. Not sure.
Because she was also on the games last year, or the year before, 2019. Yeah. So
Yeah, in 2019 there was a lot of people there, so.
she was totally excited to see you, so came here to see you too.
Ja, wir machen immer so, in Deutschland ist es so eine Deutschland, Schweiz, Österreich. So,
Okay.
die ganzen CrossFit-Boxen immer sich so, virtuelle Reise, kannst halt viel bei irgendwelchen Online-Trainings mitmachen.
Oh,
Und dann
interesting.
selbst mal irgendwelche Pros oder 1 Stunde so Frage-Antwort. Da ist so ein Profi, der ist dieses Jahr 5. geworden bei der Weltmeisterschaft.
I don't have to explain
Wow,
anything because this guy is doing the job for us.
1 Stunde kannst du so Frage-Antwort.
Introducing us.
Danke, Marc, für die Introduction. Nächstes Mal vielleicht das Mikrofon ausschalten.
That was a translation of what we said?
And no, this guy, yeah, he was unmuted and probably not aware that he was talking to all of us. And
Well,
but he made a kind of introduction because he was explaining the whole situation to somebody next to him. So
I didn't understand a thing.
yeah,
I don't know what language is that, but it's definitely not French and not English, so.
no, wasn't. Okay, let's wait for two more minutes. Then Tino will just do the introduction, and we will unpin Lisa then afterwards, and then it's only you. You know, cool stuff. So the weather, how's the weather in Montreal?
These days it's pretty cold actually. So today it's this morning was minus 27 degrees. But we're kind of lucky. We have this winter is a little bit less harsh than usual. So we had cold, like the cold has started like 2 weeks ago. We here in Montreal we had snow twice only, which is not much. I think for a usual winter it's not much. So yeah, for now it's fine.
So it's a warm winter for you guys.
I guess so. Now it's cold, but it took a long time before the cold got in. Like we were comfortable like around the -5 to 10 for a long time, and usually it's colder than that, like December or January. But like now we're almost February, and I feel like we didn't have winter yet, so that's good. I find for myself like the month of March is the hardest one, because it's like the end of the winter, and then you have some beautiful days, but not enough. And then winter comes back and it stops and it comes back. Like in the month of March, you have like winter days, cold days, raining, snowing. It's just sucky month. That's for me personally.
But it's white outside or only cold?
No, it's white. Right now it's white and cold.
Awesome. So Tino just made the right atmosphere for you. You can see Tino is there.
Yes.
I will unmute. I will disappear. Have fun, guys. And thank you for being here. Jeff.
Caribbean island style. We are talking about -27 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm taking over the lead for this little bit of conversation with, let me check my notes and introduce him correctly. Jeffrey Adler, he's 26 and he is, best of my knowledge, the first and only Canadian male competing at the CrossFit Games finals. Placed 33rd 2019 and 5th last year. And in the year 2020, he was 5th fittest open athlete in the whole world. That's quite amazing. And he is the co-owner of CrossFit Wonderland in Montreal, Canada, next to Caroline Lembre. Will she join us too, or are you alone today?
She's here. She's here.
Ah, there she is. Hello. Cool. Yeah, that's the man we are talking today with. If you guys have any questions to him, just put him in the chat. I will ask him the questions. If you are not that familiar writing in English, write it in any language you know, and I will do my very, very best to translate. First of all, Jeff, thanks a lot for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Caroline told me Friday is normally your rest day, so no workout for you today.
Yeah, well, today I was working out today. I do like the 3 on, 1 off. So my rest days, they change every week. Tomorrow is rest day for me.
3 on, 1 off. Krass.
That's a lot. Okay. Before the other guys starting questions, the first thing I want to know is when and why you started CrossFit.
Oh, interesting. So I started CrossFit in around 2015. It was a friend that just told me, because I used to do sports, like I love sports. So she told me like, you should try CrossFit, it's fun. And then I bought, I don't know if you guys know what it is. It's a Groupon. So it's like, it's a website that you can have like discounts on pretty much anything. It doesn't, I don't think it exists anymore. No, but yeah, so I got like 5 classes for something like $15. Like it was cheap, super cheap. So I started like that in a CrossFit gym here close to Montreal. I was there, so I was doing CrossFit during the 2015 Open, but I did not do the Open at that time. I was just starting. I remember doing maybe 1 or 2 of the workouts from that year, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're not that new to CrossFit at all. It's about 6 years experience.
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, what was the driver, your inner part who said, CrossFit is cool, but competing at CrossFit might be even cooler? Was there a starting point for that?
So I actually knew Caroline, which is she's my girlfriend. She's also my coach. I met her around in 2015, and I think starting from that point, like I wasn't super good. Like I was just starting, but I was okay. Like I could do workouts quite fast. I think from that moment, like we just wanted to see how far we could go. I'm guessing like the Open in 2016 was like the year I was like, I can get to regionals, because in that time, like regionals existed. I really wanted to compete at regionals. So we set our goal to compete at regionals, which took 2 years to get there. So I did the 2016 Open, was my first full year. I missed out the regionals in 2017 by 10 spots. So I was pretty close. And then finally got to regionals in 2018. So I'm like around 2016, 2017, we're like, we want at least to go to regionals. The games wasn't like in the books yet. That came, well, on my end. Caroline has a different view on that, but for me, like between 2016 17, I was like, I can be quite good at this, but the games were never like at that point not a goal. I set the goal for the games in 2018 after the regionals, but like starting from there, like everything changed. Like the season changed, it changed again like 2 times since then. But yeah, so that's pretty much like where I kind of knew I was going to compete more.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then let's start with the first questions. What was your favorite workout in the games, and how do you like Atalanta?
Yeah, so my favorite workout at the games was the bike repeater, bike rope climbs. That was so exciting. I thought it would be a boring event. I don't know why, but when I got into the workout, like it was cool. Like the workout was super fun. I think I paced it really well as well. I should have won that event actually. I hate watching the video again for the replay of the last coming back on the bike, which Fraser was just sprinting his heart out, and I was just like cruising on the bike, which is so stupid. Should have sprinted harder, but that's my error. But yeah, it was definitely a favorite. Not only like the workout itself, but I used to see like in the previous years when they had like the crit or any biking event, you get the bike fitting and you get the helmet and you can test the bikes. And it might sound ridiculous, but all that experience around the event is part of why I loved it so much. So yeah, that was really fun. Atalanta was just, first of all, it wasn't the hardest workout of the games. That was the loop. But Atalanta, it was basically 300 pull-ups. That's what it was. Like the rest of the workout is long and hard, but it's just who could cycle the pull-ups the fastest. That was the workout. I'm definitely not the best at cycling 300 pull-ups with the vest, but whatever. It was fun. I mean, it's the last event. It sucked a little bit for me because I knew that to get like a higher spot on the leaderboard, I had to beat Noah. And there's no way you beat Noah on pull-ups. Well, for me. Yeah. So I was like a little bit bummed at the end, but I mean, looking back on it now, like it was a cool event. It was okay.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's a good one. How does it work to have your girlfriend as your coach? I only knew it in the opposite direction because I'm coaching my girlfriend. So
yeah,
fun
I get that question a lot. We just have to separate everything. That's how it works. Like at the gym, it's coach, it's athlete, it's working out. That's what it is. When we get home, it's our life. It's our personal life. Like the gym stays at the gym. We don't bring it at home as much. And then we also run an affiliate together. We have a gym that like we don't have a choice. Like it's at home, it's at the gym. We kind of manage, but it works really well. We've been together for 6 years now, and we're gonna be together for a long time. So I'm guessing it's working pretty well.
So next, I need to ask Caroline. Is this true? Was he saying the truth, or
yes,
you need to add something?
I think that the key is communication, because we've been asked that question a lot, and being able to talk to each other and have open dialogue and just, you know, voice our opinions and our feelings. Like we're very good at, you know, saying what we feel and taking it at face value and working through that. Like there's not a lot of times where we can't talk to each other. And I think that's what allows us to have all these different roles and not have things like mix, because it's not all roses. Like he does complain about the workouts. He's like any other athlete, right? So that doesn't change, but you know, I don't take it personal, and he knows he has his job to do and I have mine. So it's really about having really good communication and trust, and we both have each other's best interests at heart. So it works well.
Cool. Yeah, that's experience I have with my girlfriend as well. So sometimes you got this situation during coaching, but you have to deal with it.
The toughest moments for us is the open, actually, because
judging him is so stressful.
It's a lot of pressure because we want to do the best we can, and I'm pushing so hard that there's nothing out. Like I can't control anything. It's just so painful. So yeah, the open is like always I hate the open. I don't like doing the open, but we have to do it if we want to move further in the season. But yeah, that's always a tough moment.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of sports have you done before CrossFit, if there are any?
Yeah, so well, I'm from Quebec, so I used to play hockey. I played hockey all my life until I started doing CrossFit, but I have no specific professional or organized sports. Like I've never been on a team that had like practices, training, or whatever. Like I used to play with friends. I played a lot. I mean, I played 4 or 5 times a week for many years. But other than that, like I have nothing specific. I can't tell you guys like I've been doing gymnastics for 10 years. No, I don't have that. So it's interesting. I'm kind of happy with no specific background, how far I could make it in this sport, because usually everybody has that background of like gymnastics or weightlifting or whatever, like and I don't have that, which I think shows a little bit in some aspect of my fitness. Like the holes that I have maybe could have been filled if I would have trained more in the previous years, but it just makes me work just that little bit harder to get better a little bit quicker than the others.
Yeah. That's quite impressive, and that's a cool thing about CrossFit at all. Everybody can start, no matter where you are coming from, and if you focus on yourself, on your training, on your goals, you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
It's not you have to be a professional athlete or something to compete at the games or something. Everybody can do this if you are willing to, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a ton of work. Like it's been 5-6 years, almost full time, 4 or 5 hours a day, taking a lot of time to recover. And like the first 4 years making no money with this, like it was just training, hard training. Like this year is the first year it's going really well for me. But like you have to divide everything I did this year by 5. Like I've been working a long time for this, but yes, it's doable. Just you have to put in the work. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Next question. How was the chemistry with only 10 competitors at the ranch?
Yeah, so that it was great. Like I loved it. The only thing for me, from my perspective, I've done the games twice. The first time we were 1 million competitors, which like we couldn't talk to anyone. I got cut after 4 workouts, so I was just spectator after 2 days. So that wasn't the greatest experience. But this year, like comparing both years, for sure, 2020 was way better. Like I could talk to the guys. It's fun because we had like between Morgan Hill and the ranch, it's like a 30-minute bus drive. So we could like talk together. I could like learn from the experiences from Noah, from Matt, even from Sam Quant. Like these guys, they've been around for a while. They have experience like with many things, training, recovery, injuries, sponsorship. Like, and it was fun to just talk with them, and it wasn't stressful between the events. We were just chilling in the bus and talking to each other. It was also fun to be mixed up with the girls a little bit more, because usually we don't see the girls because they're not there. They're either on the field or they're between events. So we can't, like, we just see them quickly and then we don't talk much. So I was like my warm-up area was right in front of Carrie Pierce's warm-up area. So we talked a little bit with her coach. It was really cool. And even like to have a smaller team of volunteers, of CrossFit people from the media, like it was fun. It was like is small, and I liked it. It was intimate.
Yeah, it's like working out at your box, right? With
pretty much. It felt like throwing down somewhere in the desert with 4 other guys and just going hard, and it was cool. I loved it.
Oh, that's a cool question about your private life before CrossFit. How was your life before doing CrossFit professionally? Have you been working, studying, and if so, what did you do? And have you been able to combine it?
So I did not go much further than school-wise. I didn't study, but I started construction work. I was 16, 17. And I worked construction until I was 22, 23. So I did 5 or 6 years. So yeah, pretty young, at a pretty young age, I was already working full time. It was physical job. So I guess it helped for my training. So I could probably put that in my background, like construction working. So I did that before starting CrossFit. I did do both. So when I stopped working full time around 2018. So before that, I would combine working 8-hour, 9-hour shifts and then working out for 4 at night. That was hard. That was a hard time, but I was able to combine both. But I'm happy I'm not working anymore and I can just focus on training and recovering. That's much better.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Like most of us knows, except of the owners. Yeah, we're living in our box. You know that. But if you have a full-time job and you try to work out 2 or 3 hours a day next to the rest days, it's very competitive for everyone, right?
Yeah.
What is your plan for 2021? Next to winning the games, of course.
So to be honest, my goal is just to qualify. So we have to stay, like, nothing is given. You have to earn wherever you want to go. So plan for 2021 right now is to qualify for the games again, because you have to, if you want to win the games, you got to get there. If you don't qualify, you can't win it. So this time around is a little bit different. We're going to do the Open. The Open is going to be different this year. So right now it's doing the first two steps, which is the first 3 weeks of the Open, and then the second part, which quarterfinals, whatever finals they called it, qualify from there. And then we'll see from there, because we have no idea, like the continentals or whatever, semifinals, call them however you want. We don't know if we're going to be able to do them, first of all. We don't know where they're going to be. We're going to be able to travel. Like this is, it's all complicated. And I find like, I don't want to think about that, because if we get there and then everything's canceled and I've planned for whatever, like it's just deceiving. So for now, like the Open is something that's going to be done for sure. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Everybody is struggling with Corona in sports, not only everything, right? Yeah. Okay. There's another question about the games last year. What were your thoughts when Dave Castro said all the way back in event 9 at the running section?
What do you mean? That the loop? That was not event 9. What was event 9? Was it
no idea?
Was it Happy Star? Event 9? I don't remember. You'll have to help me out there.
Yeah, perhaps David from Bielefeld, if you have, can you precise the question? Please do. I will switch to another one and waiting for input. Okay. Yeah, he mean the loop.
Okay, the loop. Yeah, so when he said so that was such a hard event. Like even the first part was just, oh my God. And I knew I was in front of Noah. And when I came down, I was so happy because I was going to finish third. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like that's bonus points. That's a little bit of money in my pocket. I'm like, this is good. And then I saw the guys in front, because I knew I couldn't catch Justin and Matt. They were so far in front. And they were coming back, and like I don't know if you guys saw, like there's a few pictures of that before we got to the sprint to finish, and I was coming down and the guys were going back up, and I said, like, guys, what's going on? And Matt just said, we're going again. I'm like, we're going again? What's going on? So I just kept running to the finish line, and then Dave said, go again in reverse. I'm like, go again in reverse. Like, is the finish line just up the hill because they want us to sprint this stupid hill? Because it was huge. And then got up the hill, no finish line. A girl was there just pointing me like, go this way. I'm like, oh my God, we're doing it again, the full thing. And that's when it hit me. And then I slowed down a lot because I was like, I'm not doing that time again. Like I think I finished the first half in what, 25 minutes. I was dying. Like on TV, you can't picture how steep the hills were. It was just ridiculous how steep it was, not just for the going up, but also the going down. The going down for me was the hardest because it was so steep. You were like, it's either like I put the brakes on, or if I don't brake, I'm just gonna tumble down and just roll to the bottom of the hill. Like it was ridiculous. But yeah, for me, the loop was the hardest of all the events this year.
Yeah, that was a really tough one. I've seen this, and I would not do this. Okay. Can you live just from being an athlete, or is your box your job? How much do you work next to being an athlete?
Yeah, that's a good question. So yeah, we own an affiliate, which right now is not good at all. We've been closed since the beginning of October. So we're 4 months closed, and it seems like it's going to be even longer. But let's say nothing of this would have happened. I used to coach around around 8 to 12 hours a week, not more than that. And I used to choose like where I wanted to coach, so I could train around that, being comfortable with where I would train and then coach. Yes, it's possible to live being an athlete, but like any other sport, you have to be the best in the world so it works well. Like it's like I said earlier, I mean, the last 4 or 5 years, I got nothing from competing because you can't win any money if you're not good enough in competition. And then if you have no following base, if you don't do anything that's extraordinary, let's say, it's hard to get sponsorship. Like you have to bring a market value to the sponsors as well. Yeah. So yes, it's possible, but it's just like any other job. You have to give it your all. You have to do your best, and it takes time. Like nothing comes free, nothing comes given. So you have to just work for it. And yes, it's possible. It just takes a little bit of time and a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's true. And here in Germany, we are closed since November. Some of us are allowed to train outside. All the businesses are really in trouble all the time, but we will manage this too. So
yeah. I wish we could train outside, but like -27 is a little bit cold to do anything outside.
Yeah, that's a little bit too cold, even for a Canadian. Okay, what are the keys for good nutrition, or what kind of nutrition plan do you follow?
So we're both like good followers of the CrossFit methodology, which is like my training is 3 days on, 1 day off, which is a little bit different than what you typically hear from other competitors. So we do the zone, which is also something that's promoted by CrossFit, which is it's just a way of counting your food, so you eat the right stuff. So yeah, I've been doing that for around 3 years. Like the first 2 or 3 years of training, I didn't check much of my nutrition. I used to eat garbage, and like with the years, slowly, like we brought it up to everything counted. Like honestly, like everything counted. Not everything. Some things are like, oh, just a little bit more is fine. But I mean, I'm not a picky guy on the food. Like food for me is just fuel to get me training. That's it. I don't mind eating the same thing 2, 3 times all week. Like it's just a means to an end for me. Sometimes like, yes, cheating is good, having something that I really like, but it doesn't come often. It's maybe once every 2 months, 3 months sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think about nutrition. Like everybody's different on nutrition. Some people don't like to eat twice the same thing, or they have to change every day, which is fine. It's just a ton of work, like counting your macros every time. Like it's time consuming, which I don't want to spend that time on nutrition. I just want to eat food, whatever it is, and then go back to the gym and do my work. So that's how I view nutrition. Simple, effective, eat it, go back to the gym.
If you work out 4 to 6 hours a day, you can eat anything.
Yes and no. You have to eat the right things. If you just eat garbage or only carbs or only protein, it's gonna catch you at some point for sure. Performance is about having everything like fine-tuned. Nutrition is part of it.
Yeah, like I can remember Rich Froning in an interview. I don't know, I think for his 3rd title afterwards, he was saying, yeah, every day I'm eating during my workouts a full can of peanut butter. And I was singing, oh my God, I would die. But
that's why like everybody's different.
I don't think he does that anymore.
No, probably he doesn't do that anymore.
I guess so, yeah.
What works for you?
What was your favorite moment at the games?
Favorite moment? Probably, yeah, winning the total was like as a moment, not as an event. Like, because the total was fun event. Like it wasn't fun. Like it's a squat, the press, and a deadlift. Like some of the other workouts I finished 5th were more fun than that. But the moment like winning this event, it was cool. It was fun to just pass the mat. And I thought like when he did his last deadlift, I really thought he would beat me by like 1 pound. I was like, I did everything I could. And then like knowing, like calculating everything we did and knowing I was over him by a few pounds, I was like, oh, that's cool. So that was really fun. It was a good start to the weekend. Yeah. Talking in French also was fun to rewatch.
Yeah. Was it hard to know where the others are with the weight? Are you calculating everything, or was someone telling you you need 2 pounds more to get them?
Yeah. So Caro, she was calculating my weights, and she was like seeing who was where. By the deadlift, like we knew that I was gonna battle it with Fraser, because the other guys like needed a 600-pound deadlift to catch, which was most likely not possible. So yeah, she was calculating my bar, my weights, and then she went to see what he was gonna do, and see like what we should do as jumps on the deadlift. So she was helping for that for sure.
So she had a little shuttle sprint workout too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one about your training. When training, do you train your 1 rep max or focus more on 3, 4, 5, 10 reps, or what is the key part?
None of those. The 1 RMs are like, you don't do that. Like you never do that. I can't do that. Like I was actually talking with Caro, I think it was yesterday. I haven't PR'd my snatch in a year and a half more, I think. And the last time I did a clean and jerk over 350 pounds was Dubai, which was a year ago. So no, 1 RMs are definitely not something I do train. It's so hard on the body and the risk of injury is so high. It's not worth it. The only time it's worth it, it's in competition to gain some points. And even then, next time there's a 1 RM, I'm going to look around the other guys. And if I don't have to max out, I'm not going to do it, because it's hard on the body for sure. For the 3, 4, 5, 10 RMs, weightlifting wise, we don't train that super often. I usually train my weightlifting in workouts. So I'm going to have like snatches or cleans in a fatigue state. I do some strength, a lot of accessory. We do the conjugate method style. So I think that's helping me a lot in everything that's powerlifting, weightlifting, instead of always snatching, which is not the best way to get a heavier lift, I think, personally. But as nutrition, sometimes this works for me and it might not work for someone else. You might want to do percentage more. Like I've never done percentage in weightlifting either, because we don't train this way. For some it works, for some it doesn't. So yeah. For me, from coach perspective, I'm adding the 1 rep max only after a strength cycle. If I do a 1 month strength cycle in deadlift with the people, the last week they can do, because for normal members, it's always a highlight of a week or a month or a couple of weeks. They say, yeah, my 1 rep max deadlift is increasing by 3 kilos. Yeah, that's always cool. That's awesome. That's cool. But for me, my 1 rep max is not going to change that much. So that's why like retesting my 1 rep max of any lift is not worth it as much, because I'm going to PR for 1 pound, like 1 pound for all that energy for 1 pound. That's not worth it for me. But if you're just training regularly because you're just training and these are ways to test yourself, yes, then the 1 RMs have their place. Yeah. Well, I think as a competitor, like a games level athlete, the 1 RMs are they can be more detrimental than useful during the training year.
Yeah, from a programming standpoint, like we do CrossFit, so we'll do heavy days, and he does go heavy often. It's just we're not chasing PRs, because especially at his level, like he mentioned, like if you look at stage 1s, like what was everybody's front squat? What's everybody's back squat? What's everybody's deadlift? Like once you're within that sweet spot, anything above that is that costing you somewhere else. So it's one thing when we're programming at the box and like everybody can still get stronger and improve technique and do all that. So we do go heavy, and psychologically, like, are you approaching the 1 RM because you're just trying to see what it is, or are you trying to PR? Like, it's not the same thing. And that's usually when people are chasing PRs, that are you taking that risk that you shouldn't? Like, is it really worth it? No, as long as you're getting strong and getting fit, generally and for us, staying healthy is like number one.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I know some members, not only in my box, when they do open gym sessions and train for their own, they only bench press or deadlift as heavy as possible for just no reason. But okay, some people have to do this. Okay. The next one, first of all, congrats to your results. Are you tracking your nutrition, and how do you split your macros inside your zone diet?
Yeah, so the zone, I can explain a little bit how it works. So the zone, they split the macros in 3. So it's protein, carbs, and fats. And then they split how you weigh it in blocks. So 1 block is 7 grams of protein, 9 grams of carbs, and 3 of fat. Every block you multiply by how many you want to eat per day. So I eat per day 25 to 27 blocks. So you just do times 7 times 9 times 3, and then you get how many protein, carbs, and fat I eat in a day. And it's based on how heavy. I want to say how heavy, but it's not how heavy. It's like for a normal men size medium to large is going to be what, around 19 to 21 blocks a day.
20, yeah.
Around 20. For women, it's going to be around 11, 13 to 15.
No,
that's small women.
No, it's like 9 to 11.
9
like
to 11.
13,
That's sad. That's actually sad. 9 to 11 blocks is like, that's 1 meal for me. So that's how it's split up. It's super easy to count. Like, you just do, like, for one meal, it's like you want to eat 6 blocks. So it's 6 times 7, 6 times 9, 6 times 3. Just shove it in the bowl and just eat it. And it's going to give you whatever.
Grams of protein, not of the food.
Yeah, grams of protein. So that's for another Zoom call maybe. That's like this. We've been doing that for years. So for us, it's very simple. At the beginning, every nutrition way of counting macros can be difficult at first, just because you're not used to. So what I recommend is take the time to get used to it, and it pays off. Like to count whatever you're eating, you'll see like your body is going to react in a good way. Like, you're going to lose weight, you're going to lose water, you're going to shred a little bit, you're going to feel like you have more energy. Ideally, that's what you feel. And if you're not feeling that way, then you just have to change it a little bit to make sure that it fits with you personally, because every body is different. You just have to find whatever suits you the best.
Yeah, that's true. And I can sign that as a personal and nutrition coach as well. If you deal with a new person, you are starting from scratch. You cannot say 5,000 people that was working, it will work for you too. That's most of the time not possible.
Yeah.
And dear members, ask your coaches. Zone diet is part of the level 1 trainer.
Yeah.
So we coaches already know that. You can ask us. Oh, that's a good one. What was your first CrossFit workout?
Oh, that's sad. I don't know. I don't remember. I did not remember my first CrossFit workout.
You can't remember your first time? What up?
The only first thing that I do remember is my first ring muscle up. Okay. I think just because like that's like a huge milestone, because back then, that was like around 2015. I remember in the gym where I was, only one guy had his ring muscle ups. And I was like, I want my ring muscle ups. So I used to, like, after the training sessions, I was trying, and nobody there was just helping me. They were just watching me, and I was like, I'm gonna get this. At some point, I'm gonna get my ring muscle ups. So I did get my first, and I remember that, but the first workout, I don't remember.
Yeah. How long does it take to get you up the rings?
Maybe a month. into CrossFit. 2 maybe max.
My girlfriend is just laughing. She's trying since a year right now.
But I used to spend a lot of time to try. I watched YouTube videos and I did everything I could to get the ring muscle up. Yeah, so I used to spend a lot of time on that.
YouTube University is showing you the right way to get a muscle up, but not fighting a pandemic. That's good. Good to know. Okay, that's the last question here. People telling me, what should I ask him? This is from one of my members. So what's your favorite cheat meal?
Yeah, that's easy. I love breakfast. I love having breakfast. Eggs, bacon, some potatoes, crepes, waffles, anything you can put maple syrup on is good.
Yeah, that's maple syrup is a Canadian thing, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, but I love it too. I put it in my breakfast and anything as well. So yeah. I like it. Oh, there are new questions coming in. Tell us a bit about your thoughts during long workouts with lots of reps of the same movement, and what's your thoughts when competing with others?
Long workouts, many thoughts, some positive, some negative. Like the longest workouts I do usually CrossFit style with movements like pull-ups, barbell cycling, whatever. They're usually not longer than 25 to 30 minutes. And like the AMRAP style is going to be very rarely above 20 minutes. If it goes above that, it's like resting in between big rounds. But I mean, for me, like, it's just work. So I know I have to get better somewhere in those workouts. And when I get to that movement or that heart rate that's uncomfortable, it's just like, well, this is where it pays off. So you got to keep going. Yes, it hurts. Good. That means you're doing the right thing, and you just have to maintain that for a little bit longer. And then I watch the clock and I say, okay, that's 10 minutes more. Just hold on for 10 minutes, and then it's 9 minutes, and then 8 minutes. So I try to do it that way. Sometimes, like, let's say in a 5-round workout, at the second round, I'm like, after the next round, I have only 2 left. And mentally, like, it helps me to ease the pain a little bit, because the third round is always the hardest one. So that's what I try to think. That's when I'm alone in the gym. Then when I'm for some reason, it changes when you're around other competitors in a competition setting. I don't have much experience competing. Now I have a little bit more. And I think this year is the year where I gain the most experience, but it's harder to close down when you're around other people, when the stress is so high and the stake is so high. It's just, sometimes you just go too hard, too fast. And that's rookie mistake. Like, you have to be able to do the same thing that you do in the gym on the competition floor, and that's where it pays off. And I'm guessing in the next years, like, I'll be able to learn how to do that. And when I do, then most likely good things will happen. That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite movement, and what is your absolute hate exercise?
Yeah.
Next to burpees and thrusters.
Actually, I do not mind thrusters and burpees and pull-ups. Like, they hurt so bad, but it's not something I don't like. My favorite movement, I don't think I have a favorite movement. I love CrossFit. That's what I like. I love 2159s, couplets, triplets, machine and barbell cycling, machine and gymnastics. Like, that's what I really, really like. And what I dislike is not a movement either. It's more like, let's say, like in my program, I have Grace programmed. I love clean and jerks, but I don't like doing Grace because I know it's going to hurt. And I know that I'm testing myself. That's what I don't like. I really don't like retesting myself because it's always hard, especially like redoing open workouts like 6 or 10 months later. It's really hard to PR. And you know that going in this workout, you know how it feels and you know how hard you have to go if you want to do better. That's what I dislike the most. But I mean like movements, cleans, snatches, rope climbs, pull-ups, burpees, every burpee, box jumps. Like I really like CrossFit. So it's that easy for me.
Okay, cool. When are you on the competition floor, do you have a look on your opponents or do you just do your own thing, focus on yourself?
I can't do both of these things. So, and that's where competing experience is so valuable. If you look at Matt Fraser working out, competing, you can see him have a look on the other competitors. He can stop, look, see where everybody's at, who's dying and who's not dying, and adjust his pace or his speed according to how the others are doing. And that takes a lot of talent, being very, very fit as well, and a lot of experience. And I think on the floor, except this year, except the total, I couldn't watch the others and see where they were at because I had to focus on me not dying. So it's hard to just do your own thing and look at the others. You have to do a little bit of both, and it's a lot harder than it looks to be that composed on a competition floor.
Yeah, that's I think that's the main reason why Matt is so better, so to speak, than all the others, because he can shift his performance like he needs it on a specific point.
It's just better. That's it.
Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah. Oh, what's your favorite workout music?
I listen to anything. The past week I've been on old school rock. Sometimes a little bit, some heavier rock sometimes. But I also can work out to anything else. The only thing I cannot work out on is Justin Bieber. If any of his song comes on, I will stop my workout and I will skip the song. I don't know why, it just throws me off. I just can't. But I don't have a favorite workout music, just something that helps me not think. If it makes me think, I'll stop my workout and I'll just skip it because it's bothering me more than it's helping. I usually work out with music. Sometimes I don't. Depends how I feel. Because like after a few hours of training in a day, like you've been listening to a lot of music, sometimes it's just fun to just put it off and just hear nothing or hear yourself breathing really hard. It's just different. Comment ça se dit en anglais? Ça change le mal de place. It's a French expression, like it's just move the pain around a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Do you track your heart rate in training?
I do not. I've been wearing the Whoop now after the games. We got it in our package, so I'm using that now, which is interesting. I can see like what my heart rate looks like, but during a workout, no, I don't look at it. I look at it after, and I can see like what happened. How did it feel to be at this kind of heart rate or at that kind of heart rate? But no, it's not something that I spent like during the workout. I just do it. I go by feel. I don't think I should rely on heart rate because like if it's high and you can maintain it, great. If it's low and you can maintain it, great. Like it doesn't really matter as long as you can keep moving and stay as composed or as slow heart rate as you can in whichever event you're doing.
Okay. Another one is for you in 4 parts as an athlete, competitor, coach, and owner. Which direction would you like CrossFit for the public to develop? More to the health or more the competition part?
That's actually a very, very interesting question. I think we need a balance between both. So having too much competition, like it's unbalanced, and being too much on the health position, like we saw in 2019, it didn't work. It's too much. Right now, I think we're going back to something in between, because competition does help the affiliates. In 2014, when Camille Leblanc-Bazinet won the games here in Quebec and Montreal, like there was a huge wave of people signing up in CrossFit gyms, because it was in the paper. It's a Montreal girl that won the finals. Like it was a good thing. The competition brings a lot to the community and also the affiliates, but it cannot be only competition, because 99% of the people that are doing CrossFit, it's to be healthy, to have a healthier lifestyle, eat well, train a little bit every week. So I think that there's a sweet balance between the two. Competition does have its place. Most likely the health aspect has a bigger place than competition, but for sure, like we need a little bit of both. I've met Eric Rosa like during the games. He's a awesome guy, and I think he's going to bring CrossFit, the company, and also the community to a good place. Like we should give him a little bit of time. Like the COVID situation does not help at all, but as soon as we can get it over with this, like it's going to be good. It's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. As coach, athlete, and owner. What are your tips? Oh, that's a good one. What are your tips for staying patient while being injured?
That's hard. Very hard. It's if you're injured, first of all, like you have to treat it. So if you don't want to stay injured, you have to treat it. That means most likely working out less, doing more mobility, and also seeing professionals about it. If something comes up, you should see a professional right away. I think that's the best idea you could have. Go get it fixed, do the accessory work to get it better. Depending on what it is, give it the time. It does not disappear overnight. If it does, then it's not an injury. I'm lucky. I haven't been dealing with much injury. And I try to not call them injuries until I have to. Yes, working out that much, like knees, elbows, back, neck, everything takes a hit. For sure, something's going to happen at some point. If a competitor tells you they have nothing and they have never been hurting somewhere, they're lying. Like something has broken and something has hurt before. That's impossible if they say no. So, I mean, if something hurts, avoid it a little bit. You can keep moving. Like if your knees hurt, you can still bike, you can still run, you can still do presses and whatever. If something in the upper body hurts, then you can squat, you can run, you can bike. Like you can always do something a little bit. And just, it makes you appreciate when nothing hurts a lot. Yeah.
Okay. What if something doesn't work out? Do you get frustrated?
Sometimes.
Let's get back to the beginning about being in relationship with your coach, right?
Yeah, so I have a little story about that. So this year, actually, it went pretty well. The Open was stressful, but I think because I did so well, like it was more fun than it was stressful. 2018, that was the first year I was really aiming to get to regionals. I think it's 18.4. The deadlifts, it was Diane, which we had it again in this year, actually. Deadlifts, handstand push-ups, deadlifts, handstand walk.
Yeah.
The Diane part, and then with the 315 deadlifts and the handstand walk. that weekend in 2018,
yeah.
I did that workout, I think 5 times.
Okay.
No joke. I did not finish this workout until I did it the 5th time. And in the same day, I did start that workout 3 times and I finished it twice. That was just mentally so hard, because the handstand walk part and the handstand push-ups, like that was a huge weakness back then. It still is. But I got 2 years of working on it now. And I remember like kicking stuff around and yelling at Caro, which I felt really bad for it after. And looking at from now, it's almost funny, because it's like, why did you do that? You're so stupid. Like, that's what I think about myself. But I mean, it does happen. If you compete at the highest level, you're always going to put pressure on yourself. Like, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I want to be the best I can, and I want to be better than what I can be. And it's sometimes frustrating, but you have to deal with it. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it don't. When it doesn't, like, just remember it, and hopefully it helps in the future.
Yeah. My girlfriend was laughing the same time, because like I said, we're on a different direction. I coaching her, and she is always yelling, calling me names, all that. And I was saying, you ask me, so don't blame me for that. Yeah. It's hard, but it's possible. Okay. Oh, do you have a Spotify workout playlist you can share with us?
Let me look.
Some Wonderland ones.
I just look at playlists and I play them. Right now, what's going on right now? I think my favorite one that I play most of the time is this one. It's called Hard Work Pays Off, like the HWPO, and then #hard day. This is the one I just play because it has everything in it.
Been playing for 4 years.
It's been playing for 4 years, so yeah. That's one that I use quite frequently.
Okay, cool. And the next one, and probably the last one, not sure. How does your regeneration look?
It depends. It depends on what I do. So I use GoWOD. GoWOD helps me with mobility. Sometimes I use it to wind down, stretch. I also have the Theragun, which also helps. Lately, I've been taking hot baths to try to get the muscles relaxed. But other than that, like I sleep a lot. And napping in midday is just like the best thing ever. If you can, some people can't sleep in the middle of the day, but like I usually like work out in the morning, come home, eat, sleep a little bit, go back to training. That's a way I like to do, but that also depends on every person. A little bit of mobility, a little bit of stretching, warm baths. If you have a spa or sauna, like we used to have access to a spa here. We're in a condo facility, but they've been closed for a year now because of COVID. But we used to go there and have a good time. But other than that, like it's pretty simple. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. Like foam roller and a lacrosse ball can do the trick. And just use them as much as you can.
Let me add something. Do you use some specific supplements to support your training?
Right now, no, actually. I'm not a big supplement guy. I did try. So at one point I was taking omega-3 vitamins and all that. I'm not a big pill guy. Like it doesn't work. And still, the only thing it does, it makes you pee a different color. And other than that, like I didn't feel like much difference. I did try some CBD oil. I think that was a little bit better than omega-3, but right now I don't have any. So I use water. Water is what's fueling my workouts right now.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, any more questions? If so, feel free. No. Okay. So if there's nothing more, Jeff, Carol, thanks a lot for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
Let's check out if you can have a workout together, perhaps live from your facility, CrossFit Wonderland.
Yeah,
would be cool. So seeing a games athlete dying is always a pleasure. So let's have a conversation the next days and fix something.
Yeah.
Would be cool. Thanks a lot for your time, for your answers.
Yeah, thank you guys. Awesome questions. Have a nice evening. I'm gonna go eat, probably have a nap.
And nap.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Awesome.
Jeff.
So schnell wird's